This is the iPhone 3GS, the fastest, most powerful iPhone yet. To disassemble the phone, you will need a Phillips 00 screwdriver. I got mine from iFixit. And a suction cup, which I got from my GPS. Or the family GPS, rather. Power off your phone by pressing and holding the sleep-wake button. And drag this to the right. Don't just press the button and let it go to sleep. You want to fully power off the device. You can see that wheel. Boom, it's off. And then, what you're going to want to do, locate the dock connector. Notice these two screws. Remove the screws and be careful not to lose them, because if you do, hell will freeze over, and that is not good at all. So, we're going to remove those two screws. Nothing very exciting, so nothing that you really probably want to see anyway. The screws are incredibly small, so don't lose them at all. Likewise, if you do, you will be screwed. Probably get what I'm saying, so be careful. I'm going to put them in a safe spot. I'm going to put them right there. Now, the next step's kind of fun. Your iPhone is now a Pac-Man. You'll want to stick on a suction cup, and of course, clamp it down to where the home button is. Now, this is really cool. You actually want to pull this up, separate the iPhone. Not do that. Be very careful as you don't want to disconnect any ribbon cable. So now that you've pulled this up slightly, you'll notice how you got your Pac-Man. How that's like the eye, the mouth. You can go around and eat things. Not very productive, but you get the idea. Okay, now what you're going to want to do is flip open the iPhone. Their connectors 1, 2, and 3. Remove them in that order. They're labeled. So, using a small flipping thing, figure out how to remove those connectors. Once more, don't break them so you can see those connectors. Okay, now number 3 is actually a ribbon cable. A little end thing you want to flip up gently. And just gently remove the front assembly with the home button. Now note, be very careful. See those little contacts? There are 2 of them. That's for the home button. That's just for the grounding. If you break those, you'll need to either get a whole new home button assembly or something else. Now, you can remove the LCD here, and then this is the actual phone. And see? Now, water damage is important here. You don't want to water damage your device. If you look at your device, there's a water sensor here under the dock connector. There's a water sensor in the headphone jack. That's why I put tape over them, because if you activate just one, their repair cost is about $1.99. Then there's a water sensor here and a water sensor there. So if you get those wet too, you will also be screwed. So don't do that. Now, we could remove the whole logic board, but I don't want to do that. So we'll put that to the side. So now we're looking at the iPhone LCD, which on this 3GS version, there is no tape covering the screws, which is actually pretty nice. Because when there's tape covering the screws, it makes it all that much difficult. So, we're going to go ahead and remove the LCD from the digitizer. Now, this is a kind of a dumb idea, because there's only like 3 or 4 specks of dust under here. You're basically asking for more than that. These screws are incredibly small. If you lose them, you've got a problem. So I'm going to actually put my camera on the Bible. Maybe that'll help the disassembly. There are 2 screws on the left side of the phone that need to be removed. So go ahead and... These are screwed in pretty tight. You don't want to strip them either. I find it helpful to use a magnetized screwdriver here, people. I don't care what screwdriver you use. Just don't confuse your screws with whatever they go to. So, on the other side, there are, just like there should be, 3 screws. Once more, I hope you don't lose them. So far, it seems all the screws that go on the side are the same length and width. Actually, it seems like they're all that way, so. But I'm just gonna keep them that way anyway. Now, the phone, when I took it apart, doesn't have any fingerprints on it, but you're putting your fingerprints on it. Use rubbing alcohol to remove those, because you don't want Steve Jobs to know that you just took apart your iPhone. Alternatively, you could just leave it together. I'd say the best idea. Now, separating the LCD from the screen is the next task. To do that, we're going to need to insert a iFixit recommends a spudger, but we don't have that. I'm not going to go and buy one. Kind of hard to see. However you do it, I don't care. Disassemble the LCD from the phone. Doesn't matter how it's done, as long as you do it without breaking or cracking the LCD. What's 6 minutes? Alright. Like I said, very complicated. I don't really know how well I can do this without breaking anything. There we go. Gently. Now, you'll notice there's the shiny LCD. Now, if you get dust in there, it's going to be a pain in the arse. So, don't get dust. Here's the frame. Don't get fingerprints on the other side. Kind of see the... You can't actually see it because it's crystal clear, but there's a thin little sheet there, which is the digitizer. Your finger, when you touch this side, goes through the glass slightly, because this is a thin pane of glass, and it goes into the digitizer. If you break this front glass, this is like $40, but you can actually get the front panel. This is held onto this plastic frame. The glass is held onto this plastic frame with super strong adhesive. Using a blow dryer, you can actually separate the glass from this metal and plastic frame and just replace the glass. Replacing the digitizer means you would replace it with this thing with that flap on it. So I'm going to go ahead and reassemble my phone and then give a part 2 to see if it works. Thanks.